You know what you are. You know your fears. Fear of loneliness, fear of old age, fear of not fulfilling, fear of losing, fear that of being attached, and you might lose that which you are attached to, fear of not having success in life, dozens of fears, right? Are you aware of one fear at least? Here now sitting there, are you aware of your fear? What do you say, sirs? Yes? May I go on? We are not analyzing. We are observing. Will you examine, observe the many branches of fear, of fear itself? You understand? You understand? One may be afraid of loneliness. One may be afraid of one's wife or husband, a girl or boyfriend. One may be afraid of losing what you have. One may be afraid of a job, losing a job and not having a job, and psychologically one may be afraid of this extraordinary sense of loneliness, right? One may be afraid of being attached and losing, or one may be afraid of death, of a disease that you have, pain that you have had, and you don't want that pain tomorrow, and therefore there are many, many fears. Please listen. Please carefully listen. Do you take one fear after the other, or do you observe the central fact of fear? You understand my question? Do you look at the fragments of fear, or the whole total fear? Which is it that you want to do? Right. Will you take one fear at a time? Fear of loneliness, fear of death, fear of not having a job, fear of that your wife or girlfriend may turn away from you, one by one, or the root of fear. You understand my question? Which is it that you want to do? The whole fear or the various expressions of fear? Well, sirs, if you tackle the root of fear, right, then the whole the tree of fear disappears. You understand my question? If you tackle the root of it, the various fragments lose their meaning. Understood? So we are going to do that. Either you want to tackle to grasp, understand the fragmentary fears or the very, very root of it. If you understand, go into the very root of it, the fragmentary fears disappear. You get it? So we are going to go into this question of fear radically at the very root of it, whether it's possible to be free of the total fear, of all fear, both superficial fears and the deep-rooted fears, the unconscious, unknown fears. We are now going to observe fear. Fear at the very root of it. And we are saying it is not analysis, because analysis will not eradicate fear. Analysis implied, as we pointed out, takes time. The analyzer thinking different from that which is analyzed, when they are both essentially the same, and so on. So we are going to observe together. You are not going to listen to me and then accept it, but together. And we have also to understand, in going to this question of fear, what is freedom? Freedom, apparently, for most people, is freedom of choice. They think they are free when they can choose. Choose to go to a different town, different country, travel, freedom. Choice is the very denial of freedom. There are two types of freedom. Freedom from something, freedom from fear, and freedom. You understand? It is only when you are caught in a prison that you want to be free from fear, from prison. But when you are free, there is no question of being free from something. You understand? I want to prove that. So we are going to look into this. Freedom. Not from something. The demand, the necessity, the fullness and the depth of this sense of freedom. Not from anything. So we are going to look into fear. What is the root of fear? The root of fear is time. Do look at it carefully. Don't accept what I am saying. The root of fear, we are saying, is time. Look, one has had pain last week, physical pain, and you don't want it to occur again, and you are afraid it might happen, right? So the remembrance of fear, of pain, which you had a week ago, and not wanting it again. So there is time. You understand? Fear is essentially, basically, fundamentally a question of time. Go into it. I'm going to go slowly into it. What is time? This is an immense question, but I will have to make it very brief. And we will continue it tomorrow, if you are willing, and if you are here. time is movement, right? From here to there. It's a movement by the clock as well as psychologically, right? Moving from what is to what should be. That demands time. And you might not achieve what you want to be, and therefore there is fear. So time is the factor of fear. Look, I am afraid of, suppose one is afraid of death. That is, in the future, right? If death happened instantly, there is no fear. You are following this? So time is the factor of fear. And what is time? Apart from the chronological fact by the watch, when you have to take a bus, car, and all that, what is the factor of time? What is time? I will see you tomorrow, right? That's the fact of time, right? And I hope to change from what I am to what I should be. That requires time. And time is, I don't think you'll understand, I'll say go on. When the time ceases when there is only what is. You understand? You understand? When one is violent, time is necessary to become non-violent, right? But when there is only violence, and not its opposite, there is no time. I wonder if you get this. It's up to you. So, time is a movement. Movement implies not only time but thought, right? Going from here to there. All movement of thought is time, right? All movement of thought is measure and time. Are we moving? No, this is too difficult for you. So, time is the factor of fear. Time is brought about by thought, right? That I will die in 2 years' time. Therefore, I'm frightened, right? And I think about it. So, thought and time, which are both the same, is the basic factor of fear. So, and there is no fear when there is only the absolute fact, instantly. Do you understand all this? That is, can you observe the movement of time as thought which breeds fear? Right? You understand? I am afraid of tomorrow. The fear comes into being when I think what might happen tomorrow. Right? Or I've had pain yesterday and I don't want it to happen again. I don't want to have that pain again, and it might happen, and there is fear, right? So fear is the movement of time and thought. And then there arises a fundamental question, which we will go into perhaps tomorrow and the next 3 other meetings. Can thought come to an end? Can thought have a stop? Which means, can the brain, with all its conditioning, you follow? Brain lose its move. Can the brain stop the activity of memory only where it is necessary and where it is not necessary? You understand? So we will continue with fear and the rest of it tomorrow. And I hope you have understood some of all this.